Your vacation timing is really inconvenient. Paige speaks coldly on the other end of the line. My hand holding the phone feels a little numb. The morning fog outside is slowly lifting from between the pines. I stand in the cabin kitchen. The coffee maker ticks and drips. A ring of dark liquid seeps from the rim of the cup. That machine was the company Christmas gift from last year. Paige laughed exaggeratedly on stage that night. She likes being in the spotlight. I do not like her laugh. I look down at the screen. Her avatar is still that photo with perfect makeup and a smile. That kind of smile is neat and cold. I can hear the superiority in her tone. She is not really complaining. She is reminding me. She is someone who can give orders at the company. And I am just an employee who can be replaced. I lean against the kitchen table. Paige keeps talking. She says the company is restructuring. She says the executives decided to freeze my bonus for the quarter. She says the client will be handed to another team. She does not even wait for my response. As if reading from a script written long ago. This is her style. Strike first. Leave no room for anyone to speak. I look up. Morning light comes through gaps in the forest. Falls on the floor. In patches. Like a cold and indifferent mirror. Paige keeps talking. I hear her laugh. She says, "You should understand by now. In situations like this, you do not have any bargaining chips." I put the phone down. It taps the table lightly. I glance at the empty room and let out a small breath. This is not a surprise. I had sensed this day coming for a long time. Paige has always wanted to win that big client. She likes to claim credit at quarterly meetings. But the one who signed that contract was me. Every line, every clause, was negotiated by me and legal, including that unnoticed fifth clause second section first item. Pick up another phone. I dial a number I have not called in a long time. It is the vice president of the client. His name is Martin. He sounds slightly surprised when he answers. I do not explain. I just ask him to open the contract to the fifth clause second section first item. I say one line. I say, renewal requires Judith's signature. He does not ask more questions. There is a pause on the other end. Then he says, understood. I hang up the phone. The kitchen clock ticks. Paige does not know. The whole contract renewal depends on my signature. Without my sign, the contract cannot continue after expiration. It is an $80 million project. And she has already boasted at the board that the client is secured. I walk to the living room. The curtains billow in the wind. Sunlight hits my shoulder. I remember the meeting 2 years ago. Paige sat opposite me. She had just been promoted to sales director then. She told me, I do not care about the copy. Let your legal team handle it. I just want the signature fast. I did not look up. I quietly added that signing authority into the contract. She did not even check it. That day she wore a white suit, smiling like she had just won a battle. In the following days, the company grew oddly quiet. On Monday morning, I was completely removed from all systems. My company email was frozen. Meeting invitations stopped appearing. Paige walked the office in high heels. She liked that rhythm, as if stepping on other people's breaths. I did not resist. I sat on my couch at home, watching notification after notification forwarded to me. Everyone assumed Paige had taken over my client. She seemed to have one. On Tuesday morning, Martin did not show up at the renewal meeting. Paige sent email after email. Phones kept ringing. She began to push other departments, but no one could take on this client account. No one knew the operational process of the contract. They thought I was just a tool. They did not expect that the key was only with me. Whispers began on the Slack channel. Someone posted, "Wait a minute. Isn't he the signer Judith?" Someone else asked, "Can we really renew this?" I saw people quietly delete messages. Some had already noticed that something was wrong. On Wednesday morning, in the finance system, the $80 million contract was marked unconfirmed. A yellow warning filled the entire line. CFO Lorna copied the leadership on an email. She asked who could confirm the contract's signing path. No one could answer. Paige sat in the conference room. Her smile grew more rigid by the minute. Legal started pulling the contract. That unnoticed fifth clause, like a nail, quietly and precisely hammered into her foot. I did not go to the company. I did not need to go. I only received a call. It was the COS assistant. Her voice was gentler than before. She asked how I had been lately. She said the company valued me. She said they wanted to talk about the renewal. I did not agree. I only said, I am on vacation. That afternoon, Paige texted me for the first time, not on my work phone, but on her personal number. She said, we can talk this through. She said, I know you are angry. She said, this is just a misunderstanding. I did not reply. On Thursday, Paige was asked 3 questions at the board meeting. Who signed the contract? Where is the signing authority? Who can fix this now? Her voice trembled in the room. I was not there. But someone recorded secretly. The audio was shared over and over on Slack. She tried to explain. She said, she thought the contract had been transferred to her name. She said, she did not know about the signing authority clause. She said, she did not expect one person could hold so much power. That is the problem with her. She always believed the applause belonged to her. But control was never in her hands. In the early hours of Friday, the legal department called. They wanted me to sign. They said, Paige is just an executor. They said, the company cannot be without this contract. They said, this is not about her personally. I sat by the fireplace, a bottle of red wine at my feet. The flames danced on the wood. I said, I will not sign. Paige began to collapse. She called me again and again. Her voice was no longer commanding. It became pleading. She said, I was wrong. She said, whatever you want I can give you. She said, please do not do this. I could hear her breathing quicken. Her tone changed, like someone backed into a corner. I did not answer. I let the phone ring until it ended automatically. On Friday afternoon, finance confirmed the renewal could not proceed. The CEO called an emergency meeting. Paige was singled out for accountability. Her voice began to shake. Her nails tapped the table urgently. I can imagine her face. Brows furrowed, eyeliner smudged, like a cat soaked in the rain. Tonight, her last text came through. She said, I beg you. I did not reply to any message after that. The mountain night was quiet. Only the crackling of logs in the fireplace, like timed bombs, exploding inside the company. That 80 million contract, like a rope, tightened around Paige's neck little by little. She lost the project. And she lost all of her halo. The battle she thought she had won became the grave of her career. I stepped out of the cabin, barefoot on cold damp wood. The sky was dark. Only a few stars shone. Night wind hit my face, like a clean and neat farewell. I did not smile. I did not cry. I just watched the sky quietly. They thought they had taken everything from me. But they did not know. I am the one holding the knife. I do not need to roar. I only need to watch them fall into the pit I dug. Paige's name was removed from the project announcement. She lost her quarterly bonus. She lost the office she had decorated by hand. No one looks at her smile anymore. Her high-heel footsteps in the hallway became an echo, hollow and cold. Close the door. The fire still burns. The air carries the smell of charred wood. This revenge is over. No applause needed. No explanation needed.